Boys and girls, boys and girls, could you please turn on your cam? Just some reminder related to the content. Last time we have discussed some of the content related to describe the climatic graph. So here are the 4 terms I want you to bear in mind. Apart from describe the climatic graph, I may ask you to tell me some, maybe do some calculation related to annual range of temperature, annual mean temperature, and annual rainfall. So could you please highlight these terms in your supplementary notes for your own reference? And one more reminder related to the questions here. If the question asks you to describe the climatic characteristic of a place based on the climatic graph, so make sure that you have to tell me, for example, I'll give you 4 marks. So you have to give me 2 from temperature and 2 from rainfall. So this will be to have a well-balanced answer. So remember that 2 from temperature and 2 from rainfall if the question that will be set for 4 marks. Okay, so this will be the reminder for the climatic graph. So any questions so far related to climatic graph? So if you don't have further questions, so then we would like to move on to monsoon system. So I guess you have learned monsoon system in grade 7 and grade 8. So I don't spend too much time here. I just want to remind you the meaning of monsoon system that will be referred to the seasonal change in wind directions. So if you still remember what you learned before, that will be caused by the temperature difference between land and sea. So and results in 2 different seasons. So I guess here I don't spend too much time, and then I just want you to fill in the table shown in your supplementary notes, page 7. So while we are waiting, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Class number 20, are you here? Class number 20. Okay, so I guess I don't wait for every one of you arrive. So could you please contact class number 20? So otherwise, I'm afraid I have to mark him as late or mark him as absent. Okay, so before we have the checking, so just recall your memory related to summer monsoon first. So can you please fill in the temperature of land during the summer monsoon, air pressure of land, temperature of land, air pressure of sea, as well as the wind direction. For the impact, I will left for the second part. So I wait for every one of you participate in the polling, and then I will have the checking. So this one we refer to summer monsoon. So remember, related the temperature difference between land and sea. By the way, may I know that class number 20? Class number 20, any one of you can contact him, class number 20.
Oh, okay. I call him. His computer is breaking out.
Okay, 3 more students.
Teacher Anna.
Students.
Teacher Anna.
Yes, any questions?
How do I know if I'm right?
Emily?
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can't hear you.
你聽唔聽到我哋講嘢？
How about can you? Really?
聽唔聽到我哋講嘢？
Let me check. Okay, let me check.
聽唔聽到？
Okay. Can you, Emily, can you repeat again?
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, Teacher Anna, how do I know if I'm right in the MC questions?
Later on, I will check the answer with you. So I just want to ask every one of you to show your response only.
Now, did you ask for number 20?
Yes.
His computer is not working. He sent in the WhatsApp group.
Can he join us with mobile phone like this?
He said he will be a little late.
Okay. Thanks a lot. So let me see. Okay, so let me end. So most of you already showed your response. So for the first questions, I would like to ask related to summer monsoon. So this will be related to the temperature of land. So if you still remember, during the summertime, the temperature of land should be higher than the sea. And so you will find the major reasons is that during summertime, you can see the the land will heat up more rapidly than the sea. And that's why we said that the air pressure over land that will be lower in this case. And the temperature of the sea that will be a little bit lower. And that's why you will find the air pressure at this moment. Most likely, the air particle concentrate over the sea, and that's why there will be the lower part of that means just over the sea surface, and that's why it's from the higher pressure. And so, if you still remember the air movement, that will be from high pressure to low pressure, and that's why in summer monsoon, the wind direction that will be southwest or southeast direction in this case. Okay, then what about in winter? So the next one. So you find out basically all the answer will be just in the opposite. So see whether you can give the correct answer in this case. So 6 more students. I guess this time it should be a bit faster for the answer here. I give 10 more seconds because I've just mentioned for the summer size, summer monsoon. So for winter monsoon, just all the answer will be opposite. Okay, one more student. For winter monsoon, the temperature, air pressure between land and sea. Okay, that's a lot. So I guess only one student cannot get the correct answer. So lower temperature for land, and that's why the air pressure that will be higher over land. And in the opposite, that will be higher over the sea, high temperature over the sea, and that's why the air pressure lower in this case. And just now you will find that will be from high pressure to low pressure, and that's why the wind directions in winter that will be from winter monsoon that will be northwest or northeast. So basically, you can get the idea because you have already learned in grade 7 or 8. So, but more important, here I try to describe the situations over land and sea. So what about the impact? How does this affect the Hong Kong climate? So what about even? Class number 20? Yeah. So can you tell me the answer? Just tell me the answer through the chat room. So the impact during summer monsoon, what is the impact of Hong Kong related to the climatic change? Okay, thanks a lot. So in summer, we should have more rainfall. And that's why during summertime, we have a wet summer. In the opposite. Okay, so that will be, so it's from yeah. For the wind direction here, so if you're, let me draw a picture here that will be easy for you to understand. So for example, here that will be Hong Kong. So this is Hong Kong. And then since here in winter time, you'll see there will be higher pressure over the land, and then over the sea that will be lower. And that's why most likely the wind that will be blown from this direction, that will be from northwest, or maybe sometime that will be like this. So that will be northeast direction. And that's why you will find in winter time, that will be the wind direction here, that will be most likely northeast or northwest. So the wind direction is the place. Yes, the wind blow from. Yeah, correct. Make it up soon. Okay. Yeah. So we are usually where we are more interested is where the wind blow from. So that's why usually when we're talking about the weather chart, so if you still remember, I always ask you to draw. Let me change the color. Draw a cross over the place, and then you know that the wind that will be where they blow from. So here you will find that will be from northwest. If from this side, that will be northeast. So that will be where the wind blow from. Okay, so any more questions so far related to monsoon system? So if you don't have further questions, then let's just move on. So you will find in this in the second part, we just what we interest that will be the characteristic of climate of Hong Kong. So basically, we call hot and wet, cool and dry, summer and winter, and that will be we have talking about the monsoon system. That will be the seasonal change related to the wind direction. So that will be the two basic concepts. So the next part we would like to go into detail that would be related to tropical cyclone. That will be the next important concept. So I guess here just fill in all the blanks that we find. Okay, so the second part today we would like to talking about that will be the structure and the formation of tropical cyclone. So first of all, I would like to talk about that with the formations or any conditions make it easy to occur. So just recall your memory. So when did the tropical cyclone hit Hong Kong usually? So yeah, usually it's in summertime. So you will find somehow, I guess, yeah, one of the conditions for formation is related to the air pressure, correct? So we said that tropical cyclone is a kind of low pressure system. So in order to form the tropical cyclone, that will be one of the conditions that should be the air pressure should be low enough. And you will find another condition that will be it needs some warm water, and you can see the reasons why that will be mainly formed in tropical regions. An example, typhoon will be one of if the wind speed that will be reach 180 km per hour, then this will be a kind of typhoon. So let's just have a look. This will be the satellite image of a typhoon. So you can see a typhoon can form. Can be, we have two major structures. One of it we call the vortex, the rain band. So you will find when we are experiencing, for example, if somehow there will be the place is going to be affected. So if they are affected by the rain band, then on that few days, you can see we are experience heavy rain as well as strong wind. But you can see somehow at the center part, we have another structure that will be the ice, 风眼. So you can see if the whole typhoon that were passing through the place. Usually at the very beginning, we are experiencing very heavy rain and strong wind. But if really we said that the eye affecting us, in fact, at that moment, we don't have any wind or just a very little wind and rain. So that will be the reasons why. I'm not sure whether you have such experience. I remember it's supposed, I guess it's 2018 or 2017 like this. So I remember one experience that will be when I wake up to be on Sunday, and then we are experiencing very heavy rain in the early morning, and then at noon you find suddenly it's become sunny, and then that will be because we are affected by the eye. And then after that, around at 6 p.m. like this, and then heavy rain again. So you will find at that time there will be the whole tropical cyclone affect Hong Kong, and that's why we experience 3 different phases. At the very beginning, heavy rain, and then become sunny or even no rain, and then later on we have heavy rain again. So that will be the structures of the tropical cyclone, and you will find even though we are affected by the same tropical cyclone, depends on its path. If it's passing through the whole tropical cyclone, then we will have 3 different phases. So here I would like I want you to write down the name of structure A and structure B, as well as contrast the characteristics of these 2 areas. So just now, I guess you know the name. So what about class number 2, Chloe?
Yes.
So can you tell me what is the structure A and B, the name first? Or what about you tell me the situations related to rain and wind? If right now Hong Kong is okay, just somehow locate here. So could you tell me what happened at that moment?
Heavy rain.
Heavy rain, and what about wind?
Strong wind.
Okay, strong wind. Okay. By the way, remember when we're talking about contrast, you better use the comparative terms. So for example, for structure A, we call a vortex, or you can simply write down rain band. And structure B, we call the eye. And just now, Chloe mentioned, so you will find heavy rain and strong wind, but it's better for you to use the comparative term. So for the rain, this time structure B will be lighter. And we have stronger wind and weaker wind in structure B. So remember, when we do the questions related to contrast case, you have to do it item by item like this. So make sure that you do it in the correct pattern. So otherwise, you cannot get any marks. So this will be related to supplementary notes, page 8. Could you please write this down? So later on, I will tell you why we have such a great difference between the amount of rain as well as the wind speed. Okay, so you will find that why we have such a situation. So you can see why we have the rain band or the eye. If you still remember the formation of rain, that will be when we come across the water evaporates and then go to the top, the upper part of the sky, and then we have the condensation. So this will be the same case for the rain band. But you will find that since we said that a tropical cyclone at the center of the tropical cyclone, in fact, is a low pressure. And just like what we mentioned before, the air movement will move from the high pressure to low pressure. And that's why we have the sinking air at the center of the eye. And that's why you can see, because we cannot form any cloud at the center of the tropical cyclone. And that's why we only got a very little rain or even no rain at the center part of the eye. So this will be the reasons why during the rain bands, just like the formation of rain, the same case, we can form we can have the condensation, but at the center, since it is a low pressure, it is hard for the eye to form the cloud, and that's why we don't have rain. So this will be the situations for the structures of the rain band. Here we call the vortex, as well as the center part we call the eye. And here you will find one of the conditions why we can form the tropical cyclone. One of it is to be warm and wet air. We need to have the warm and wet air in order to form the tropical cyclone. And then how can I know that whether it's warm enough? So we will take the number here, 26 degrees Celsius. So if the sea surface temperature above 26 degrees Celsius, that will be another condition that make possible to form the warm and wet air. And the next one, that will be why you will find that the tropical cyclone, in fact, is a spiral, move spirally. That will be referred to the strong convection. And later on, I will tell you why we can have such convections. It's because of one of the force from the Earth. That will be the Coriolis force. So later on, I'll show you the short video. And if we can successfully form the strong convections, then that will be the air is going to move into the center part. And so that if the air continue move into the center part, and the low air pressure center can be formed. So here are the 4 conditions. So you can highlight these informations from your textbook. In fact, if we just add in between the correlation between these 4 conditions, then you will find that in fact is the formations of the formation process of tropical cyclone. So let's just look at the term Coriolis force. So what is this? So let me play the short video. Can you hear any sound? Okay, wait for a while. Maybe lagging. Let me play. I find if I play the video directly from the PowerPoint, maybe not so. Let's see.
And nor'easter. You've probably noticed that big storms spin over time as they...
Can you hear the sound right now? Okay, thanks a lot.
Travel. In the northern hemisphere, they spin counterclockwise. But if you were watching a storm in the southern hemisphere, you'd see it spinning clockwise. Why do storms spin in different directions depending on their location? And why do they spin in the first place? A storm's rotation is due to something called the Coriolis effect, which is a phenomenon that causes fluids like water and air to curve as they travel across or above Earth's surface. Here's the basic idea. Earth is constantly spinning around its axis from west to east. But because Earth is a sphere and wider in the middle, points on the equator are actually spinning faster around the axis than points near the poles. So imagine you were standing in Texas and had a magic paper airplane that could travel hundreds of miles. If you threw your airplane directly northward, you might think it would land straight north, maybe somewhere in Nebraska. But Texas is actually spinning around Earth's axis faster than Nebraska is, because it's closer to the equator. That means that the paper airplane is spinning faster as well. And when you throw it, that spinning momentum is conserved. So if you threw your paper airplane in a straight line toward the north, it would land somewhere to the right of Nebraska, maybe in Delaware. So from your point of view in Texas, the plane would have taken a curved path to the right. The opposite would happen in the southern hemisphere. An object traveling from the equator to the south would get deflected to the left. So what does this have to do with hurricane spinning? Well, at the center of every hurricane is an area of very low pressure. As a result, the high pressure air surrounding the center or eye of a storm is constantly rushing toward the low pressure void in the middle. But because of the Coriolis effect, the air rushing toward the center is deflected off course. In the northern hemisphere, the volumes of air on all sides of the eye keep getting tugged slightly to the right. The air keeps trying to make its way to the middle and keeps getting deflected, causing the entire system to spin in a counterclockwise direction. In the southern hemisphere, where the Coriolis effect pulls air to the left, the opposite happens. Storms spin around the eye in a clockwise manner.
Okay, so just now the video tried to show you why we have different situations for the spinning. So you can see, in fact, because we have the self rotation of the Earth, normally when the air movement will not be just a straight path, but you can see due to the Coriolis force, we are going to deflect to the left, that will be in the northern hemispheres, and deflect to the right, that will be for southern hemisphere. And that's make the tropical cyclone that will be moved in different directions. So in northern hemisphere, that will be most likely anti-clockwise, and for the southern hemisphere, that will be clockwise. So let's just have a look. How can I distinguish a picture? So I may give you a satellite image, and then you have to distinguish whether it's taken in the northern or southern hemisphere. Just like this picture, you can see there will be spinning like this. Oh, so I have to change the color. So that will be spinning like this. So you can see that will be anti-clockwise direction. And that's why you know this typhoon that will be located in northern hemisphere. So this will be one of the hints. If it is in southern hemisphere, if you look at this picture, so you can see this time that will be spinning clockwise. That will be like this. And that's why this picture that will be taken in the southern hemisphere. So just based on whether it's moved in clockwise or anti-clockwise, then you know whether it's in northern or the southern hemisphere. So right now I give you two pictures. So, so can you tell me which one that will be moved in northern hemisphere and which one that will be in southern hemisphere? So let me another polling. So A and B. So can you tell me which one should be moved in the northern hemisphere? So show your answer A or B. Okay, 6 more students. Three more students. Okay, 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, time's up. So, around 61% students say that, okay. So, let's just have a look. So, as I mentioned before, let's just see whether they are screening clockwise or anti-clockwise. So, you can see photo B, that will be in northern hemisphere because it should be in move in anti-clockwise direction. So to sum up what we learned so far, so you will find based on the satellite image, so you can see the typhoon that will be moved in anti-clockwise directions. And you know that if it is in anti-clockwise directions, that will be in the northern hemisphere. The reasons we have such difference because we are affected by the Coriolis force. So that will be all I want to discuss. So remember, today we have talking about the conditions of tropical cyclone, the structures, as well as refer to the movement of the tropical cyclone. So hopefully you will remember all this information. By the way, today I forgot to, I don't have enough time to check your workbook, but I want you to do some homework related to page 3 and page 4. Page 2 up to page 6. Page 2, page 3 up to page 6. So 4 pages. And could you please submit on Wednesday? On Wednesday for the homework. Workbook, page 3 up to page 6. Okay? So if you don't have further questions, you may leave today. Okay? Bye-bye. Christopher.